everyone, it's Chris Cook. Today we're going to talk about Tracy Anderson, Metamorphosis. This is Abcentric, and I have just completed levels 7 and 8. So we're going to talk about that today. That will encompass the last month of working out. And I have made some notes like I normally do. I was able to actually talk to someone a little bit over like a Facebook page group, sending messages back and forth. And she's starting level 1. And I mentioned that I did videos, so if she happens to be watching, that's great. I appreciate it. I have no idea what this is right here. Is that my mirror? It is my mirror. Sorry about that. Hopefully lighting's okay. That helps, I think. A little bit, at least from the side, right? There's another one. There we go. Much better, I think. Anyway, I'm not a professional videographer here, that's for sure. So yes, I have completed level 7 and 8. There are 9 levels. And each DVD has 3 levels. So my last level is in the DVD player right now. And we will start level 9 next week. And then we'll be done with Abcentric. So once next week's video is complete, I will do another video and kind of go over everything from there. So we're going to start again with level 7. Now, last week I was going to take measurements, not last week, like a month ago. I was going to take measurements. I forgot. I was very upset about, all the gas issues I was having. I am still having them, but whatever I'm doing, they're lesser. There is a supplement that I'm taking that I would like to talk about eventually, but I don't know that it completely helps me. Maybe next time we'll talk about it. And I did actually, I started a new probiotic as well, and excuse me, but maybe that is making a bit of a difference, so I can talk about that as well. So, level 7. Okay. Day 1, I noticed a lot of soreness just everywhere. Sometimes I talk about, oh, it was under my arms, it was on my hip, blah, blah, blah. It was everywhere. And I actually added to that there. Even like towards the end, the last day, there was a little bit of extra soreness, more than normal, everywhere. So that was a hard level for me. When I look back at this, I can remember this past 2 weeks, but I can't remember that last. So this is good. I noticed that there were definitely more complicated and different moves. I did follow the instructions on the right side and went back to the right side even for the left so I could hear those instructions throughout. Does that make sense? She gives the instructions for the right side. So when I went to the left, instead of continuing on, I listened to those instructions again to do on that left side. I said I do feel like some of these exercises are a little tough for whatever reason. I didn't like this level as much, and there wasn't a particular reason. There wasn't one exercise I hated or several. I just didn't enjoy it as much, and I couldn't wait to get through it. I know I've said there was one level, I forget which one it was, maybe 4 or 5 or something like that, that I really loved. I enjoyed it. So it could be a mental state as well. Yeah, I said it's a little bit of blah to me overall here in my notes. I said my right arm hurt. I noticed wrist fatigue, which I hadn't noticed since the beginning. I want to make a note here, because that reminded me of something. I can't make a note. So level 8. So level 7, I noticed wrist fatigue, which I hadn't noticed since the beginning. Level 8, I noticed forearm fatigue, but I also noticed, I don't know if you can tell, I just see more muscle in my forearm than I ever really have. Can you see? I just, kind of glancing at it, I noticed that it's a little bit tighter. It kind of looks ugly, but yeah, I just noticed a little bit more muscle there than I've ever noticed before, more defined. I never thought I wanted my forearms defined or muscles, but it doesn't look bad to me. Any muscle is always good, right? I said there wasn't any, like, just being on your side, which I appreciated. I did a kind of a cheat and looked at level 9, and there's a lot in a row that are on your side. It's gonna get me. It's gonna fatigue my body out. I said it was a pretty difficult level, but of course not impossible. And I think that it was difficult because of the moves. There was so much instruction, obviously just at the beginning. I said, watch where your leg is going. I think that was most of my problem with this level. I was never quite sure of her instructions and where my leg was going, so watching her was important. As far as legs go, make sure you're getting them up further. And I really went through most of that level not knowing where my legs should be. So I'm not sure that it was up far enough. Maybe it was, but maybe I could have concentrated on that a little bit better. Sorry, there's a lot here. As far, I did take one day off for this level. It was day 5. So I do it Monday through Friday. And it was Friday. We had a funeral to be at in the morning. I did consider doing it Saturday. It was probably partially mental. I felt like the level was blah. And I felt like I really needed the break as well, for my body to rest up. But the next week I did do 5 days. That level, I did start walking. I was trying to be like at that level 2 where you're still able to keep a conversation going, like on the treadmill, but you're not killing yourself. And we've been on and off with that at the gym. I'm trying for 30 minutes a day. I do kind of just let my husband decide that. Abs seem to be ramped up at level 7 as well. Last 2 days I did the right side, then the left side, and then the right side and left side. So every exercise I did right, left, right, left. I know I think she tried, as far as I can tell, she'd exhaust one side and then moves on to the other. But it was just the mood I was in, I was still doing everything. I almost feel like my body only wanted to do this one for 4 days a week, but the second week I did do 5. Level 8 is days 71 to 80. When you are doing your arm section, she does a little bit of a warm-up standing up. You're actually on your knees. And then she does your arm warm-up and then your weights, and that is all on your knees. So upright body, but on your knees in a V. That makes sense. Again, I said the moves were a little more complicated. You'll use weight string some of the moves, and that will continue until level 9, I saw. Some of the ab section, including the very first exercise, has you coming all the way up instead of just shoulders off the ground. So be prepared for that. Watch it. Be prepared. Start over if you have to. Some days I could do it really well. Some I couldn't. You know, you do what you have to. I definitely feel like so you're doing like a full sit-up instead of just a crunch. I felt like I needed more room in general for that level. But I made it work in here. Need more room for this level. After exercise 6, there were 6 exercises. Then she goes back into an ab sequence with no voiceover. So be prepared for that. She had a couple exercises where you're only using one arm on the ground. I couldn't even think about it. It would have stressed my shoulder too much. Usually after 1 or 2 days, I try, but I was not feeling it with these. So I did modify, and I did have both hands on the ground for those exercises. Yes, I'm sure that helps balance in general and my arms, but that wasn't for me at this point. So I just didn't even feel like I could try it. I don't know why, but that's where I was. There's lots of push-ups like positions on this one. So be prepared for that. And I got better at them as we went on. I don't think that I was ever perfect, but I think I improved as we went on, and I think my body got the message, you know what I mean? Like, I was able to do them enough to get a good workout in. Hopefully that helps. So, I did modify a bit in this level, but I don't think it hurt me to modify. I think that's what I'm saying. I didn't have any major aches and pains with this level. No specific spot, no like major, that I can say all over soreness. But I still found it very, very challenging. And of course I said I had to modify in a few of the movements. But as I went on, I did improve. Are you doing Abcentric? If you are, please leave me a message and a comment. Do you have to modify with whatever you're doing? If you're doing the online stuff, if you're doing this. The lady on Facebook that we were messaging back and forth the other day, she was using the online program and didn't really see results. So, and I've heard other people say that. I've heard people say like and this sounds kind of bad, but I'm just repeating what I read, and people are getting on these people. But what she was saying is she didn't see that a lot of the trainers in the online have the same body type as Tracy. Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know, because we all have different body types, but I know that I do not have that body type, yet I am edging towards it. You know, I'm getting those, even in my forearm, I could see something different now where I see longer, lean muscles. And those are slimming. Again, I didn't take measurements, but once some of my bloating issues went down, I did measure myself. And throughout this journey with Tracy Anderson, I've lost 3 inches in my waist. So that's amazing. Last summer I was wearing a certain dress, just long, loose dress from Amazon, in an extra large. I did buy that bigger so it wasn't tight anywhere, but I was still wearing an extra large. I probably could have worn a large, but I didn't want to. I ordered it in a small this year. So I'm pretty proud of myself and the work I've put in since last August in general. And yeah, I'm, looking forward to seeing what I can do. As far as this program goes, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, take 2 days off. Again, do it Monday through Friday for each level. The lady I was talking to over Facebook said she did it 7 days a week and then moved on to the next level. I think it was 7 days a week. Maybe she didn't take any breaks. For cardio, she was either doing a Peloton or maybe treadmill. Can't remember. Treadmill seems to be working seems to be doing what I want to do right now. For my cardio, I am not doing the dance cardio. Will I at some point? Maybe. I really don't love the moves. I don't have the room for that. So, we'll see. What else? Eating. I try to go for half my plate vegetables. Sometimes it's hard to judge that. A large portion of protein. I like to get 30 to 40 grams of protein in for my meal. And then I'm bad at fiber, honestly. But I get some fiber in my veggies. Today I don't know if there's going to be veggies. I don't know. Maybe I could make something anyway. Broccoli. Anyway, that's what I've been doing. Today's dinner is going to be a little more carbs than I like to eat. It is going to be like a pizza calzone type thing. But it'll have some protein in there. I think that's it right now, you guys. I just got a new scale, so I really couldn't give you an update on my weight. It seemed to be like inching up little by little, and then it went up 4 pounds for no reason. So I'm going to weigh myself tomorrow. It seems like Saturday's my weigh-in day lately. And see if I can get that back on track, because I don't feel like I'm eating too much or more or anything. We did go out to the ice cream shop last weekend, and I checked my blood sugar. It wasn't good that evening. It wasn't good. I need to stay away from that. I have my Ninja Creamy, which I make protein ice cream from, and it is satisfying. I do like it. I have started allowing myself a little bit, like a tiny portion of mix-ins of a sweet with that. Is that good? Maybe not, but it's, you know, maybe it's keeping me in. And it's not every time that I'm doing that, but there were a couple things I was craving, like, you know, maybe an Oreo or maybe animal crackers, which I never really love those, but they're the frosted ones. Or cookie dough bites. So little things, and just like a half a portion of those. I don't know. We're going to see where my weight is and what my goals need to be, but we'll talk about this again in 2 weeks. If you're interested in looking at my Scentsy website, it's chriscook.scentsy.us. That's what most of my videos are here. And if you could just like cross your fingers for me, I'm waiting for some good news I'm hoping for. So, appreciate you all for watching, and I've got to go make dinner. Thank you guys. Talk to you soon. Leave me any comments. Let me know if you're doing this along with me, or what level you're on, or, you know, what you're doing. If you're doing Tracy Anderson, I'd love to talk to you a little bit about it. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.